Hear me? It wouldn't be my show if something ghetto did not happen every time.
But happy Monday, y'all. How y'all doing? What's cracking? Okay, come on into the chat, y'all. A little bit of technical difficulties as usual, but I'm glad to be here, glad to be seen. Love you guys. We hit 20,000. You know, the belly hanging out today, okay? All right. We hit 20,000. I'm so proud of us. Thank you for coming along on the journey with me, this little ghetto ratchet show we got going on. But the degrees, the laughter. Okay, your girl keeps y'all entertained throughout the ghetto-ness. Oh God. Make sure I just add out the beginning once I post this. But how are you guys? Some of y'all are snowed in. Are y'all getting off of work? You know, we're here to talk about Love is Blind, but I want to check in and celebrate us hitting 20,000. Okay. Yes, we hit 20,000. Can you believe it? Are you shocked? Are you surprised? Hello to all the haters. Okay. Your girl did it. All right. I need y'all haters to subscribe also. You know what Cat Williams say? Your haters make you greater. Okay, your haters make you greater. So come on into the chat, hit that like, subscribe to the channel. Okay, subscribe to the channel. But yeah, I want to talk about Love is Blind, these problematic men. Okay, every season they hire. That's the real word, hire. Okay, they hire the same type of dude to waste these women's time, to crash out, to have tantrums. And first it was Steven. We got Chris. Okay, and then we got Mr. Liar Pants on Fire. Okay, you can't come up to a father who's a lawyer, an experienced lawyer, not no play. Okay, he clocked that man T very quickly that he was a fraud and that he wasn't good enough for his daughter. And the lies. Okay, the lies this man told. But where do y'all want to start with these men tonight? These boys. Okay, the boys. But come on into the chat. Okay, I'm so happy we hit 20,000. Let's just sit on that for a moment. Let's praise. Okay, let's praise and worship. Let's praise and worship. Okay, praise and worship. Okay, praise. Okay. But when it comes to these men, it started off with Steven with the alleged allegations. Have y'all been caught up on all that mess? Okay. Are y'all caught up on the mess? Why do y'all think every season we get these same men? Do we blame Netflix? Is it that they're just able to hide their character flaws and waste the time of these women? Should we actually also look at some of these women too for the blame? Okay. Thank you, Felicia. Thank you. Hey, Tasha. Mo Chili. Tasha, you snowed in? I think you snowed in, right? Are y'all over Love is Blind? Okay, let me know. Where y'all at in the Love is Blind hemisphere? But, you know, Steven was the first of many. Okay, he had this woman allegedly come out and say that she was assaulted by him, allegedly. How many times can I say allegedly? Okay. Recording some of these encounters. I watched the TikTok. And I'm wondering how many women have gone through situations where they feel like they had to do something they didn't want to do because they were scared. Because they kept saying no, because they kept hinted, I'm not interested, I don't want to do this. But the man is like, well, come on now, just a little bit. Just a little bit of slob, okay? Just a little bit. Let me say trigger warning. But I feel like we often see the same type of archetype as a man on this show who is a predator. Okay? Who is a predator. And I wonder, when is it going to stop? Because each season there's always a few. And I don't know what it is about how these men keep getting on this show. I'm not sure if it's the Instagram, like where they're not able to really see some of the stuff that they're engaged. I guess you can like similar to an interview, you show up as one character and then your mask shows, it falls. Okay. You can only put up a front so long. And now multiple women have come out and allegedly said that these things happen to them. And of course, Steven is saying that it's completely false. It's not true. To the point where I think he's trying to sue old girl now. Okay. That he's trying to sue her. But I want to know from you guys, are you over it? Do you watch for entertainment? Do you watch it because everyone's talking about it? Is it time for us just to be like, okay, it's the same circus, same monkey, same clown. And this time I'm not buying the cotton candy. Okay. This time I don't want to sit there and watch these men waste these women's time. And some of the women, I don't know if I want to watch them no more either. Okay, I don't know if I want to watch them. And I've heard people say, even, some people in my comments have said in my last video, go check it out. When it comes to the love triangle between Kevin, Tyler, and old girl who I can never remember her name. Okay, I guess she didn't leave much of a memory for me. Okay. That I didn't come down hard enough on Tyler. Maybe I was a little bit too soft. But I think in this situation, I'm trying to look at it objectively. I don't feel like Kevin was in a place to be in a relationship. A lot of these people on this show don't have a sense of self. They're searching for their unmet needs in people, places, and things. Okay. And they remind me so much of people in my sessions, people I see on TikTok. People are living these false lives inauthentically, don't know who they are, but want to be in a relationship with somebody, want to be married, want to be a fiance, want to be a girlfriend, boyfriend. But not only are you bringing in your trauma, you're bringing in how lost you are. Everything that comes with you is not easily packed up in the bag when you decide to leave, ghost, run away from the relationship. You are leaving these people wounded. Okay. And I think watching the movements of this season, I think people can relate to being a Tyler. People can relate to being a Kevin. So many of these relationship dynamics are real life. And I think in some ways it's hard for people to watch this show because it kind of puts a spotlight on them. And a lot of people don't want to look at in that mirror. They don't want to look at themselves and see how I am some of these people. Okay. I'm struggling with myself, and this show is showing me, oh, damn, I might be Emma. I might be Tyler. Okay. How many of you guys have seen on any of these seasons portrayals of yourself? Thank you, Felicia. Hurt people, unfortunately. This season, particularly, though, I've seen more of these men who have false identities, where they are on the forefront line or don't know that they don't have an identity. Okay. And I wonder at what point will they stop making excuses and really look at themselves and see, oh, I need to change. Okay. I need to change. And going back to Steven, these allegations, they're pretty serious. Okay. They're pretty serious. And I wonder what it's like for people to watch him be on this show, because the allegations came out before we even saw him. Okay. We knew he didn't really go far because of, Storytime, Ricky, and a bunch of other people on the internet. All right. But I want you guys to pay attention when you're watching some of these people. How is your central nervous system reacting? What is coming up in here? Do you feel different emotions running through your body as you're seeing the different interactions that, quite frankly, mirror your own? Okay. We laugh. We feel entertained. We talk about this in our group chat with our friends, but in reality, This is a lot of America. A lot of young people dating. All right. A lot of people dating, but people are not ready to look at themselves. Okay. They're not ready because it hurts too much to admit I've been there with the anxious attachment, the avoidant attachment, the disorganized attachment, feeling lost, trying to find myself in a relationship. How many of y'all have been there? Okay. Tasha said I get dysregulated and don't like being around unsettled nervous systems, seeing them on TV. Thank you. We don't talk about that. The reaction in our bodies of seeing some of these interactions, some of these people. Okay, make sure I hit that like button, all right? Hit the like button. It's hard for us to see ourselves in these people because, like, damn, that's me. I act like that. Whoa, that triangle feels quite familiar. Hearing the, I want the best for you. You're a good woman. It's not you, it's me. Ooh, damn. How many of y'all have heard that? You're a good woman. You deserve the world. Like, fool, I know that. I don't need you to tell me that. Okay, I don't need you to tell me that. But here I am once again. Some might say bullying. Some might say trying to convince a man to choose me. Okay, and we're gonna take a second here, and I want to know from the chat, how many of y'all have been a Tyler, a Emma, and can admit it? Can you admit that you have been some of these people? Have you been an Emma trying to figure yourself out? Do you have parental wounds? Do you have abandonment trauma, pre-verbal trauma? Have you even thought about the fact that you might have pre-verbal trauma? Okay. Let me see what y'all say in the chat. But yeah, ask yourself, hey, Quay, when is the last time I looked at myself and saw the person I want to see? When is the last time I looked at myself and saw the person I need to see? Or am I so caught up in doom scrolling? Am I so caught up in what the internet tells me I should be, what I should look like? What Love is Blind shows me that how I should move in a relationship. Or on the other hand, Love is Blind might show you that the dating pool is just as sucky as I thought it was. Okay? But let me know, what do you think, realistically this show is saying to you? What is it saying to you? What is it leaving you feeling with? Okay. We got a couple of new people in the chat I haven't seen. Oh, somebody said they're Emma. Hey, from Michigan. Oh, thank you guys. Loving the channel. Thank you. We just hit 20 G's. Okay. 20 G's and growing. But yeah, I think, as much as we talk about the men, I think it's good to see some people admit that they are Emmas. Okay. I feel like Love is Blind has these certain type of individuals that they cast for this show. You have your anxious and your avoidant dynamic. Okay. Rarely do you get a secure. And the people notice, the people who are secure don't get camera time. Okay. Don't get seen. Because what brings the drama? Anxious and avoidance. Okay. Anxious and avoidant people. Oh yeah, Quay, you say you from Ohio. But you can be a Emma and work through it. I want you to know that you can be a Emma and work through it. You can be a Kevin. You can be a Steven and work through it. Okay. But you have to be willing to look at yourself, look at those wounds, go deep, and pull back the layers. Are you willing to look into the white meat? Okay. That little scab that's on the top. No, we got to dig in there, get beneath the surface and pull out. See where the wound started. In order for you to get to know yourself, you got to dig, you got to be willing to get uncomfortable and dig deep. And you got to find a therapist who's not scared. Okay. Because a lot of people are scared. All right. A lot of people are scared to really look at themselves. Now, what y'all say in the chat over here? Anybody new in the building? Any new subbies in the building? Let me check in. Thank y'all for the love. Now, going back to Emma, she opened up about being adopted. And I think her trauma started way before going to that orphanage. I think it started before birth. Is pre-verbal. And I think there are a lot of people who don't recognize they have pre-verbal trauma. And that's why in my sessions with clients, I often ask, what is your birth order? I ask, do you know what your parents were going through when they were pregnant with you? What was your mom's life like? What's the relationship with your father? Did she have a relationship with your father? Was it a secret? Was the conception planned? What was her pregnancy like? Because you got to think you're swimming in that water, all of it, the placenta, okay, all of it. You're moving around her organs, her unhealed parts. And so I ask people, what do you know about your birth story? Because those things matter. When you're coming down that birth canal into this world, what systems in place are there to make sure you're going to be successful? What systems are in place for you to thrive versus coming down that birth canal just to survive? Okay? Just to survive. Now, we preaching over here tonight, y'all. Oh, what? Yeah, I gotta wake y'all up. I gotta wake y'all up tonight. Okay?
Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up out of your sleep, wake up.
But yeah, you know, we go deep over here. Some of y'all new to this, but I'm true to this, okay? Just as much as your relationship with your mother is important, you know, as you're developing into a young woman, girl, whatever you identify as a young boy, what was her relationship with you when she was pregnant? Did she bond with you? Those things matter. And I don't think people ask themselves enough, or probably know the origins. Maybe you don't have a relationship with your mother. Maybe she's not here anymore. Okay. But those things matter. And I think when it comes to Emma and her relationship with this man, they're two separate people. And somebody said I think they got a little bit of their panties in a bunch. What's the point of the process if you don't even try? Okay. Emma and this man, it ain't gonna work. And so many people, that's the problem with y'all. Okay. That's the problem with y'all. Right there. What's the point what's the point of the experience? Okay. You ignore red flags. You're too busy picking up daisies and roses. You don't see the big bad wolf is right there sniffing them flowers with you. Because you're like, oh, but the flowers smell so good. I got to try. When you see the teeth, you see the fur, you see the claws, but you stay anyway. Okay? You stay anyway. And then you wonder, oh, how did I get here? Because you ignored them red flags. You ignored the teeth. The gremlin inside him. Oh, because I don't want to be lonely. Oh, because I'm looking for what my parents can give me in this person. Therapy, relationship. Yeah. Okay, relationship instead. You're too busy serial dating. Well, you need to be dating yourself. All right. The chat is saying Emma wants to be chosen, but won't be able to deliver what he's asking for. But he knows. Quay, he knows. He knows. Oh, he knows. But his anxious attachment style also is having him ignore, I don't want to say red flags, but the obvious is that she's not really a go for a baby. You come from a large Italian family. We want cousins. We want kids. We don't want a maybe. We want a woman who's also Italian. Okay. Quiet as kept. They also want him to be with somebody Italian. But because we love you, we're like, okay, buddy. The mom was like, oh no. Daddy was like, Mama, calm down. We on TV now. Oh, okay. Yeah, Emma, we like you. Yeah. But as soon as the cameras cut, I'm sure it was, we want grandkids. What the hell are you doing? Okay. We want grandkids. All right. You want grandkids. So they're a no-go. Okay. They're not going to make it. And the thing about Emma also is that when someone is adopted, there's already a story about them that they didn't choose. Sit with that. When you're adopted, there's already a story that's been written that you didn't choose. Okay. There is a fierce, strong abandonment wound that I don't really know as a therapist. Can you really work through that? Okay. Can you really work through that? Now, in this situation, and once again, we're on TV. I think a secure person, good question, Tasha. I can see the chat though. I can see the chat, Quay. Even though it's not showing up on the screen. I can see it. Let me just, for the sake of my eyes, Because I don't know why it's not. We're just going to take it down anyway. So, but I can see y'all comments. Okay. Now, what would a secure person do? But who's playing the secure one on this side? Are we going to say Emma? A secure person would know I really want to have kids. And for me, being with somebody who's a maybe, I can't do that to myself. I can't do that to you. And so since you're a maybe on kids, Mike, thank you. His name is Mike. Y'all know I'm terrible with names. I would say I really want kids and you don't. So the foundation of us right now, we're building upon something that is not solid. And I don't think it's fair to myself. I don't think it's fair to you to move forward with this relationship when we are in two separate places mentally about children. I know I really want a child. And for me, it would be more important for me to establish a relationship with somebody who also knows that they really want a child. So instead of us, I don't know, pretending, having fun for a couple of weeks, I think it's best that we both go our separate ways so that we can find each what we're looking for. And I don't want to have to be in a position to try and convince you to have a child someday. I don't want you to have that regret. I want to know from the beginning that the person that I am with, they want a child just like me. So to save us both some hurt, some disappointment, let's just call it a wash and appreciate the time that we enjoyed and spent with each other and go our separate ways. That to me sounds more like someone who's secure. Okay. A secure person would adhere to boundaries around the kids. Yeah. Right. Exit the relationship. But Mike has an anxious attachment style. And it's interesting because, Mike is an example of someone on the outside, at least. He comes from a strong family oriented. You would think having so many coming from an Italian family, gatherings, from what I know from the outside, loving family. What is it that is missing for him that he is trying to get from Emma? And I wonder his birth order too. I wonder if his other siblings have already had kids. Is it the pressure of his family? Is that he just really wants to be a parent so bad and have this experience work that he's willing to settle for a maybe? Okay. Is he trying to settle for a maybe because of the pressure? Do y'all remember how old he is? Also, put that in the chat for me. What are y'all saying? The fact that he kept mentioning her possibly having resentment towards their future children, yeah, it should have been a red flag. I agree. Okay. Definitely agree. But it's that he has an anxious attachment style. We focus so much on anxious attachment styles in women, but not men. And I do feel like he has an anxious attachment wound. Okay. And you don't want to raise a child in a household where they found out that they were a maybe or an accident. Because there's one side of it, Emma can have a child and realize, oh my God, I'm so in love. Or she can have the other side. Oh my God, I never wanted this. Okay. He seems like he'd bring kids up on the first date, like chill, get to know each other. I think it's good to bring it up on the first date, honestly, because you want to know, am I wasting my time? Am I going to eat my steak and never call you back? I need to know if I'm getting back on them apps. Once we leave Chili's, are we going back for margaritas next week? So I honestly think that before y'all waste your time going on dates in person, y'all need to start having FaceTime dates. Get to know somebody through a FaceTime date before you waste your time getting dressed up, going out, only to find out it's a waste of your time. Sometimes people are so in a rush to meet in person, like y'all don't value your time. Value the access that people have to you. Do some FaceTime dates before you get dressed up. It's cold. Okay? Stay in your house for a little bit, please. Ask those type of questions on the FaceTime call. What are your thoughts about kids? Get the tone. What's the tone? Is a tone hesitation? I'm excited. That's not really what I thought it was going to be in my future. You know, kids, they come with so much. I just really like to have my freedom. Okay? I just like to have my freedom. His mom said he was their grounder. Sounds like he was used to absorb, a lot of emotional turmoil in the family. Okay, Mac. I missed that one. Interesting. That's why I wonder, what is his birth order? And what does she mean by grounder? What were the parents going through when they decided to have him? Were they on the outs? Was there a possible divorce and they had this baby that kept them grounded in the marriage? That's a lot of pressure. Okay, that's a lot of pressure. Make sure if y'all have not already, please like the video. But how many of y'all, when you are dating, let me know in the chat, do you FaceTime date? Felicia. Nothing worse than getting dressed up to be disappointed. Yeah, that's why I need to do the FaceTime dates. Put you a nice little shirt on, have some pajama pants on, make sure they can only see you from the top up. Don't waste your time. Okay? Don't waste your time. Now, we also need to move on to Christopher. Oh, Christopher. Chris got engaged to Jessica only for what? You know, Chris really gives little dick energy. That's why I really wanted to title this video, but I thought it was too much for YouTube. But he really gives little dick energy. Yeah, it's giving little dick energy. But during, this relationship, they ultimately broke up. Okay? He says he usually dates women who do CrossFit. And it's so crazy to me because he has a lot of audacity. What's the other dude named Connor sitting up in his face, knowing that he wants his girl Breezy. Sometimes white boys have a lot of audacity. Okay. A lot of audacity to sit up in this man's face knowing you want his girl. And it's interesting. I want you guys to think about the night that they broke up, Jessica and Chris. And Connor and Breezy got that text. They didn't read it out loud. I wonder what that was about. Anyone else pick up on that? Okay. Oh, you think Mac, he gives red pill vibes? Interesting. I heard that he's like MAGA too. He says he wants somebody who works out every day. As we're being intimate, I'm trying to find myself attracted to you. Disgusting. I think sometimes the things that you think in your mind, you don't always need to say that shit out loud. Okay. I'm trying to get into it when we're, being intimate, but I just can't. I don't find myself attracted to you while I'm being intimate with you. Yeah, you still do it anyway. You still do it anyway. That's one of the worst things as a woman, to know I'm giving you a part of my body and you're not even attracted to me, but you're still engaging. That that shit right there, cuz that shit right there. Like I said, some things keep in your head. You don't need to say everything out loud. Okay. Yeah, Chris got Napoleon syndrome, Felicia. Chris was insecure because Jessica was a rich doctor. Why did he come through the window? Also, why did he come through the window? Was he outside trying to hide and be on the phone? Yes, Tasha, those are all the makings of a cheater who blames their partner for their decisions. Yes. I think, honestly, Pat, the whole time I kind of felt like he was yearning for Breezy. And it was something about the night he went out, probably talked to his friends about it, and then came back home like they were like, yeah, go for her. If you're not really, into Jessica, go for Breezy. Who cares that she's engaged to somebody? He went on and got drunk, and his friends filled his ego. Okay. His friends feel his ego enough to say, like, yeah, I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna break up with her. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. And then Breezy's gonna break up with Connor, and then we're gonna be together. Yeah. Yeah, dude. Yeah. Cheers. Like, why was this little man coming through the window? Pat, tell me. Okay. But yeah, he went out with his friends. They pumped him up. They fist bumped, had some beers. And it was just like, what are we doing here? He's like, I don't mean the body shame. And more of him looking like a piece of shit. When she was getting her stuff to leave, did he even get up off that couch? It is what it is, It is what it is. No hug. You use and abuse that girl. Okay. I think there's a difference between having your preference, but then also communicating with care. He didn't care. He did not care. Yeah, kudos to Jessica for staying cool. Yeah. It was a blessing ultimately. I agree, Tasha. It was ultimately a blessing. She got her own house. She decorated the house. Did they show where he lived? Maybe I missed that part. Let me know in the chat. Did they show where he lived? And I feel for Jessica because it just felt like he totally just, I don't know, had no filter, no care, nothing. Like, what happened to the person who proposed to me? What happened to the person in Mexico? Oh, wait, they never existed. They never existed. Okay. Oh, okay, y'all said that they did show his apartment. I must have not really been paying attention to that part. I must have missed that part. When someone is with you and they say they usually date a certain body type, what you probably hear is, I don't fit it. I'm not your ideal, and I'm not enough. And then here comes that psychological spiral of, once again, what's wrong with me? I'm a doctor. I have my own place. What's wrong with me that a man just can't see me, love me? Okay. Hey, Georgia Peach. Anyone that says that he wants someone who works out every day but doesn't do the same as someone looking for an excuse to leave. To tell the truth, little short and stout man. Like I said, Georgia, it was giving little dick energy. Okay. Little dick energy. That's the title of this video too, little dick energy. That to me as a woman was like, wow, we've been doing some things, having some spicy time, and you were never really into it, but you still did it multiple times anyway. Now you're telling me you want somebody who does CrossFit. Look, she wasn't like big. She was already small. Okay, I can imagine how many steps she get a day at the hospital. And then I'm packing my stuff, and you don't even come to the door. You just like, next. Okay, next. Let me see what Breezy doing. Okay. But trash. Okay. And then let's get to the mixer, y'all. Because Chris is really giving a narcissist. Let me count my syllables. Okay. He's giving a narcissist. Subtle superiority. It's all about him. It's like he can't see nobody else outside of his fragile ego. Okay. Very cold, Felicia. Very cold. Now, afterwards, Chris went to his mixer. Breezy was there. His second connection. You know, I just been pondering over this second connection. What if, who cares that she's with Connor? What is he going to do to me? What is he going to do to me, dude? Okay. Probably drunk off the tequila. Probably, had some White Claws in the car. All right. And the weird thing is, I know people have been getting on Breezy for, having this interaction with him and playing into it. Excuse me. I do feel like there were some wrongs on her part, 'cause I think at times she can be critical and attention seeking. But I want to know from you guys, do you feel like she's getting a bad edit? That they're just highlighting how critical at times she can be and slicing it together to make it look like she's always critical. Because she also seems very attention seeking. Like she wanted to talk to Chris in Mexico. I don't know. It's just something is not right about her, but I'm not sure if it's editing or let me know in the chat. What do y'all think? Let me see what y'all saying in the chat. You guys feel like he doesn't give a flying F. Yes, family, hit that like button. Thank you, Queen. You think they spend too much time talking? Yeah, Breezy, I feel like you need too much attention, and at times she can be critical, but I have to remind myself these are edited scenes, so, is it that she's critical or is it that it's a bad edit? Okay. Chris is like, if only I had pursued you harder. You be with me, not Connor. This could be us. We could be sitting here engaged, even though I'm highly intoxicated. Okay. I respect Connor, though. This is respect, my guy. This is respect, my guy. He just does not care about anyone outside of his bubble. And that to me is giving narc. Okay. It is giving narc. He needs to have power and control. And old girl was like, do you really think you'll get another hot doctor? You really think you're gonna get another hot doctor? Oh my god, y'all. Oh my god. What do y'all think of what is her name? I can't, I'm terrible with names. I can't think of her name. Who said that? Yes, he did give more explanation to the women than Jessica. Okay. Georgia said it could be seen as disrespectful, the amount of time away from that guy actually choosing her. But he could have been giving them time. Yeah. These the mingling meetups are so messy. It's all about messiness. They're like, okay, what they had a barbecue one time. It's always messy to bring all the other people back. It's just an opportunity to be messy and have drama. Okay. That's what it's really about. It's not about y'all really coming here for drinks. It's about the mess. Okay, the mess. Now, even though you are single and you chose to break up with Jessica, where's the emotional responsibility? Where's the integrity? Okay. He lacks it. Just like all these other men. It's about me and what I need right now. What I want is breezy. Okay. He just lacks any sort of integrity. Lacks integrity. And I think when it comes to dating, there's this mindset of like, I'm single. I don't owe anything to anybody. You owe some shit to yourself to act better. Okay, act better. Show up better. Be better. Okay, be better. Be better. But he broke up with what, Jessica, and then hit the strip club. Through some bands. Okay, wants to go and engage in toxicity. All right. He just doesn't care about the public. He only cares about Chris. And I believe another girl came out with a TikTok of him leaving these messages on her phone. Have y'all seen that? All these women coming out now. Some woman he was dating, I think like what, November, October? And I think they actually filming the reunion today, y'all. I think in ATL. Have y'all heard that? Yes, Quay, DMing. He don't give a F. Okay? He does not care. What behaviors reward do you think there is less incentive to change? Ooh, good question. Yeah, less incentive. Like a lot of these people have not hit their rock bottom. Okay, they haven't hit their rock bottom, so why should I change? I'm being rewarded. I'm on a TV show and I'm being paid. Guys, I'm being paid. All right. The money's gonna hit my bank account. I'm getting these free drinks. I went to Mexico. Maybe I took time off from work. And then once the show was over, I still have a little bit of notoriety. So why should I change? Change? Come on now. This is going to get more girls to come my way. More women's. Okay. But yeah, Tasha, there's no incentive. No incentive at all. No consequences. No consequences. I'm on TV. I'm on Netflix. I'm not on Tubi. I'm not on Bounce. I'm on Netflix. And then I'll probably be on, what is it, Too Hot to Handle in the summertime? This is my villain arc. All right. I'm gonna be the F boy on all these little reality dating shows. The thing about Jessica that I appreciate, she didn't beg. She didn't argue. She's like, all right, I'm gonna drive home and be upset and cry about it, but then I'm gonna get through it. Okay. I'm gonna get through it. And the difference between her and Tyler and some of these other women I've seen on this show, she didn't try and convince him to chase her or be with her. She's like, all right, I'm out. Okay, I can do better. She has self-respect. It's not loud. It's not dramatic. It's calm. And some people can take note of that. Sometimes, you leaving is having a voice. She wants to be able to look at herself in the mirror and love what she sees. Feel proud of how she handled things. She knows who she is. She has emotional maturity. One might say, let me know in the chat, do y'all think she has a secure attachment style? Okay. Yes, healthy self-esteem on Jessica. Yes. Ooh. Side note, tangent. I've been wondering, if this season we're gonna have some crossover, like we saw. What was it last season with Minnesota that we got a crossover, and I think they're still dating. I can see that this season, seeing some crossover, some overlapping. Breezy did post some photo with Connor, so I think they might still be together. But I'm just kind of waiting for the overlap. I just feel it I feel it in the air. Okay. Let me know that y'all feel like y'all gonna see some overlap. But I like that Jessica kept her dignity, her integrity, not trying to keep a relationship to stay on the show. Okay. Like a lot of these people do. A lot of these people do. Keep a relationship just to stay on the show. Then we have, do y'all want to talk about Brittany and Devontae? Ugh. The black man, I don't even know he black. Oh, y'all think that Alex is gonna overlap with some people. Who you think they're gonna overlap with? Oh, we didn't even talk about him yet. Look at the chat. If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. Hit that like button. And you can always become a member. Okay, so some of y'all are speculating that y'all don't really know her attachment style because you haven't watched all the episodes. Okay. What y'all said in the chat? Tyler and Kia were on 80s show. I didn't watch that because I just don't feel like they're not interesting enough for me to be on that show. And I feel like her interviews come out too early in the season. Like, I get that Netflix is probably dropping them to keep people entertained and kind of like branch off of the season, but I wish her interviews would come out like around this time. Okay, all the episodes have aired. We're just pretty much gonna wait to see who says yes or no. Excuse me. I just feel like her interviews come out too soon, and I wasn't too interested in them. They didn't really leave that much of an impact on me to to care about the interview, to be honest, y'all. Sorry. But 80s bounce back from that baby. Oh my God, my gut's still sitting with me 8 years later. But yeah, I'm not trying to sit on that table for no tummy tuck. Okay. Well, yeah, they always, quite, yeah, it was enlightening to hear about their edits and how they tried to put them against each other. Typical what they do with black women on the shows, yeah. Very typical. Very typical. Now, what do y'all think about Liar Liar Alex? The mama too. Something about the mama don't sit right with me. All right. Ashley's dad is a skilled attorney who's done so many depositions. And what you just saw was him give that man a deposition. Okay. I don't know if it's that she's not listening to her guts. I don't know if she's just sticking around to get the bonus money from the wedding. I forget that I heard that they get bonus money when they say yes or no at the altar. So watching them argue about her period, I was just like, oh God. Oh God. Please pack up all your maxi pads, your suitcase, and roll it on down them stairs and get in your car and go home. Okay. Please, this man does not like you. Is he homeless? Does he need a place to stay? Cause I'm sure your daddy also had to be like, girl, I love you, but what you doing? Was Alex's mom is are you saying Alex's mom is MAGA? Most it's Ohio, so I'm not surprised that's all the MAGA people. But I think that Alex can't keep up with his own lies, and he's scary to me because how easy it is for him to just pack up his stuff and move to a different country and you'll never see him again. You really don't know much about this man based off of just what he says. Like he might have a kid somewhere, a wife somewhere. He's lived in all these different countries. He doesn't really have a true sense of self. And I think that it just shows you how much of a chameleon he is and how long he's gotten away with it. And I think the mom is like a truck driver or something. He's just lost. I feel like once he got that injury when he was very young in his soccer career just like plummeted. He lost a sense of himself and a part of who he was. His identity was soccer. And now he's been trying to figure out the last, I don't know what, 20 years of his life. Who am I? And he just moves and moves and moves and moves. And that's like a big red flag. You've never really stayed anywhere? Do you have a address? Do you have a P.O. box? Okay. Do you even have a P.O. box? But the man is scary. Okay. Oh, y'all think that Alex's mom is a grifter? Or a drifter? You mean grifter? Both of them seem very suspect to me. Very suspect to me. Both of them. She was very mum about her son, not really giving up a lot of information. Okay. But I wonder why, people like, Ashley don't listen to their guts. Everything is saying this is not right. But to me, it has to go back to the money you get from the wedding. Ain't no other reason that I'm gonna sit up here on TV and have an argument about my period. Okay. Unless I must be getting a nice check at the end of I do. Okay. But he's a mess. He's a grown man stuck in a child's body. I think there's some arrested development because once again, going back to that injury, he lost himself once he lost soccer. And I think he goes to these different countries, these different places trying to find something what's missing. He's not doing any work on himself. And I think his mom is probably also part of the problem. I really want to know how he grew up. Was she traveling back then? I want to know the truth, and I don't ever think we'll find out what the truth is. Okay. Y'all saying Love is Blind is MAGA propaganda now. I can see it. I can see it. I can see it. But yeah, the men suck. They suck this season like they always do. Okay. And the only benefit of the doubt I can give some of these ladies that they like Ashley staying until they get the check at the altar. I can see maybe Breezy and Connor getting married. Who else? Of course, we're gonna have Vic get married to old girl. What is her name? Y'all let me know in the chat. They're gonna get married. Do y'all think that the blonde chick and that man, the stepdaddy, her house was beautiful? Okay, her house was very beautiful. Do you think that those are gonna be our 3 couples? We start off with 7. Can you believe that? I think we start off with 7 relationships. Oh, you think Vic is anti-black? Christine, thank you. Yes, I think Vic and Christine are going to get married. It's kind of strange how I don't know if they were not supposed to be a part of the show, but they didn't get the apartment. A lot of their footage is on a iPhone or something. It's very weird. I don't know what happened there. I want to know if we'll ever get the truth about their relationship and why it happened the way it did with them not really being a part of anything. They weren't even at the were they at the mixer? I feel like their story was not going to be a part of this season at the last minute. Like they decided to bring them in maybe because they couldn't have a season like you're saying, Tasha, a season of no one getting married, so they just needed one at least. I don't know, but something feels like kind of weird that they weren't really a part of it. It was the last second, like, okay, we need something. We need y'all to reshoot some scenes. We need y'all to come on in here and help us out. Give us a Hail Mary. Make it look like y'all went on a trip. Y'all walking in the park. Pull out your iPhone. Make sure it's back facing and send us the footage. Okay. Send us the footage, y'all. Oh, Tasha, you heard they needed one healthy couple. Interesting. Because some of them don't make sense because they haven't been a part of anything. Mexico, an apartment, meeting up with the crew. Like, what's going on here? Y'all don't want to show secure love, secure attachments. Y'all want the toxicity. Okay. Y'all want the toxicity. Y'all saying Christine has a lot of trauma. It's hard because I'm only getting bits and pieces of Christine based off of them filming each other. So it's like I don't know. I just feel like it did her a disservice for us to not get a full picture of her. The can't afford all couples thing is a lie. That's a lie. They can afford. They just chose not to because they're healthy, and they knew they weren't going to get the toxicity that they normally get from these couples. So that part to me is a lie. That is a lie. They got the money. Okay, they throwing all this money at these comedy specials that are not funny. They got monies. They just probably knew what it was, and they're like, yeah, we're not gonna. Y'all go over there to Malibu. Okay, going over there. Have you ever had a season where nobody got married? Was that last season? No, they had a couple that got married. They want to be the next top model. Oh. Yeah, they're more focused on the ratings. So I don't think they originally were going to have them be a part of the show, is what happened. But they needed something. That's the theory I'm going with. They needed one healthy couple, so they called them up and had them shoot some stuff on their phones and said, "Hey, we'll throw in a wedding. We'll pay for a wedding if y'all get married." But yeah, I just thought season 10 is supposed to be so monumentous. I thought it was gonna be, I don't know, I just thought it would be some kind of twist or something, but this season did not give like this is our 10th season. It's not giving that. Okay. Maybe, even it being in season 10, I would have thought they would have went back to Atlanta, back where it all started. Bring in some couples who were successful with the process and have them be a part of the 10th season somehow. Host like host the mingling thing that they do. Something, y'all. Have them pop up in Mexico and like welcome the new couples into Mexico. It's not giving this is a big season 10. Like this is our highlight. This is our season 10. This is our big one. It's not. I was expecting a lot more for a 10th season. We needed some kind of twist and we got nothing. Hope you're ready for nothing. You fell asleep, Laurel. Yeah. I don't know, y'all. I might have like maybe 2 more attachment video and maybe a finale, and then we might need to just move on. Okay, it might be time to move on. Come on, girl. This is not gonna be the last season. Okay. Where my mods at? I need the mods in the chat. Thank you, mods. Yeah, I think like there'll be the one couple. Y'all don't think that the girl with the blonde hair and the daughter, y'all don't think that they're gonna make it? I thought they would be the other couple. Yeah, so let me know who y'all think is gonna make it to the finale. Who's gonna get married? Who's gonna get married, y'all? What are our predictions for the finale? Oh, have they been to Austin or Dallas? I don't know. Good question, Tasha. Have they? I don't know. I don't know if they have. But they need something. It's not working no more. So we got Vic and Christine. Yeah, we know they're gonna get married. Is her name Amber? Is it Amber? Philly. I saw something saying that was it Married at First Sight or was it Love is Blind that they were casting for Charlotte? I think I saw that they were casting for Charlotte. I thought that Amber and Old Boy would get married. I hope that she doesn't sell that house though. Because she put a lot of time, work, and money into buying that house, and it's close to her daughter's school. So I hope that if they do stay together, she doesn't like move. Yeah, Amber and Jordan, yeah. But yeah, they're a couple I thought that would get married. One girl adopted, one is struggling really bad, it seems. Yeah, we talked about Emma. She is struggling. Her family's a little bit suspect to me too. I feel like, Emma reminds me of a child who um was the quiet one, the one that wasn't loud, who didn't do anything wrong. And sometimes I feel like those kids also get forgotten about because you don't make trouble. They can take care of themselves and they often get forgotten about. And so there's a little bit of me that wonders because the way the mom is talking, I don't know. I kind of get that vibe that Emma got forgotten about. I can't remember what was her birth order in the family. They adopt her and then have two kids after. Oh, I think it was that their older kids were gone and then they brought Emma home, right? Was that it? That the other older kids were gone and they adopted Emma? But something about the family didn't like really sit right to me either. Was it just me or did y'all get bad vibes? I wouldn't say bad, but just something was kind of like, I don't know. Did y'all forget about Emma a little bit? And then I also wonder sometimes it's another dynamic of it is that the older kids were gone. How old were the parents when they adopted Emma? Did they have the same energy and stamina to keep up with a young child after raising what two or three kids already? Was it that they got so used to having kids in the house that they just needed something to fill that void? And Emma became that. Okay, I just wonder about that. Okay, because she does have an avoidant attachment style. I guess my therapist mind just digging like a little bit deeper into like, okay, what was it really like for you? Okay, what was it really like for you, Emma, when you came home to this family? Or you think it must have identity issues, Laurel? I don't know. It's just something about the family that was just kind of like, I don't, yeah, I don't know if Devonta, do they really know their daughter? I don't know. I don't know. Nope, they still going, Devonta. They still going. Even though all the signs are there is that he's also an avoidant. And she's anxious, so she keep, why don't you like me? Okay. Why aren't you showing me affection? What's going on? Why aren't you opening up to me? Oh, yes, Laura. Her adoptive parents were white and she seems Asian. Yeah, she's Asian. What would a secure person, good question. I like your questions tonight, Tasha. What would a secure person do in Tasha's place? Okay. Let me get it together. Okay. Take one. All right. Ever since we've come back from Mexico, I just have not been feeling as though we're connected. I feel like I'm having to chase after you to spend time with me. You disappear. You seem emotionally cut off. And I know a lot of it's because of the grief you're going through with your grandfather, but I just feel like I'm chasing and going into a marriage, I don't want to start the marriage off having to chase. And so I think at this point, I think I want to let this relationship go so you can focus on your grieving process and trying to figure out for you why this isn't working. Me continuing to chase is not good for my mental health. It's not good for my confidence to feel like I have to be chasing someone. So instead of chasing, I'm going to choose myself. So I'm going to pack my stuff and I'm going to go back to my place. I had a good experience, a good time while we were in Mexico, the pods. It just feels like, from the person I'm in the pods to Mexico to the real world, those people, I just don't feel like they're the same. And right now, it's best for me to choose myself. And scene. Okay. How I do, Tasha? Let me know in the chat. Let me give myself a round of applause. Yes, Ken, there is an option to leave. They're getting paid, so the more days they stay and lead up to the wedding, they're going to collect more money. But let me know how I do in the chat. Y'all got another one for me? We can do some of these role plays. Y'all got another one for me? Tasha said, great. I just wonder if she says to him what she's feeling without chasing, giving him a chance to, if she leaves. I don't know. I wonder if they're going to make it all the way to the altar. Or will they give up? Will they let it go before they start doing the whole bridal Oh, I guess we're gonna get that in these episodes, huh? Trying on the dresses. You know, when we get to the dress part, not everybody makes it. So somebody gonna not show up to the dress fitting. It happens every season, y'all. Okay, every season.
Swallowed up. Have you ever been swallowed up?
I know y'all asked for that one last time. Oh, you think Ken are gonna make it all the way to the altar? Dang, I guess they want that check. They want that Chizek. That direct deposit. But yeah, we had a lovely chat tonight. Any final thoughts as we close out for this evening? Once again, thank you guys for helping me hit 20,000 subscribers. If you're part of the replay game, please put hashtag replay in the chat. Yes, Tasha, they will fake it for a check. A lot of people have faked much worse things for checks. But yeah, thank you guys for helping me hit 20 subscribers. If you've been here from the days of the 200s, even the 900s, 5,000s, I appreciate you. Thank you for being here with me. Yes, you can always become a member. I do want to have a members only chat this week, so I do have some time this week to finally do that. Things have finally settled down, so most likely we're going to have a members only chat this week. But thank you guys. Please hit that like button, become a subscriber, share this live, let me know what you got from it, and of course, I'm going to see you next time. Bye everybody. Bye.